Hey there, YouTubes. This is Grimweird coming back at you with more Project Ozone 3 Kappa playthrough action. So we are still continuing our journey through the Twilight Forest bosses. So I have just, through a combination of slingshot and cobblestone pillaring, have just worked my way up to what I believe is the top of the Ur-Ghast tower. And he doesn't seem to have spawned, so I think that's his spawn cube. There's this mechanic here where you use redstone to activate some sort of trap, and it traps the little ones. And then once you trap and destroy them, it'll hurt that guy. We're probably not going to have to use any of that. I think our offense is good enough to just burn this guy down cheese style. And I don't feel bad about that because I did spend a few hours actually making sure that our offense was that good. So I expect to get a little time reward out of that. But anyway, this guy is loud as heck, which is why I paused here to sort of set all this up. So let's get moving and see what happens. Hey, there it is. And there we go. So other than being lit on fire, which is always a good time, we basically whooped him, which was sort of what I expected with the gun that we have. So now, I think I want to come down to Forest Raven for one of those, for some of those raven feathers in case we need more of those. We are after this, the carbonite drops. I think that's what we need to work on our, I don't know what, if anything, I need from this, but I know we needed the carbonite drops for our Lordcraft stuff. Looks like we have a bunch of free pistons here. Not sure why there were wolves hanging out up here. I'm going to go ahead and take the blocks of redstone since you have to make them with redstone alloy on this mod pack. Yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of some of this loot. And then I am aware that the Ur-Ghast drops are in a chest above us. So after we grab some of the stuff on the floor right before, we will go up there and grab that. Block of redstone, definitely going to take those, mostly just because they're made out of red alloy instead of redstone here, so this will save me a little stuff. Alright, so now let's head back upstairs. Here's our loot chest. So we've got a bunch of carbonite, we got a shaders, and fiery tears. Wow, you require both ember crystals and fiery tears, and abyssal and a lot of other stuff to make fiery ingots. I hope we don't need too many of those. Yikes. Alright, we'll have to revisit that in the past to figure out what to do there. Alright, so I'm going to go down here and make sure we are not missing any simple, easy loot. Here's another floor of this stuff. So we'll grab this. know if there are any recipes that call for item frames, but may as well pick those up too. And is that about it? Another room. Alright, well after I clear this room, so the next step I think is to go to find a Yeti in the snowy area, and then the Snow Queen. So we only got a couple more bosses to do for the actual progression. Then we could go into the Thorn region and do that final boss there, but it's not actually finished and not part of the progression, so we'll probably give that a skip, although I might go back up there off camera and gather some materials from that. Alright, so that about takes care of the Ur-Ghast. Again, that fight was pretty easy given the gun that I have, so not an issue. So now we've got to find the snowy area, which is probably going to be, if I mouse over things here, desert, plains, extreme hills. I'm not sure. So I'm going to pause the recording here, and we're going to try and find the snowy area. This may be lying to me, so we may actually have something else down here. But anyway, I will fly around a bit with my glider, and we will figure out what's going on, and then get us a Yeti. So I'll be back in a moment. Alright, but that took some looking around. I think that was payback for how easy we had it getting a questing ram. Actually took quite a bit of looking around to find a snowy biome. I don't know if we need these guys or if we need their like Arctic fur for anything. Go ahead and take some of them out real quick. And that's the spawner for our boss, so he should pop up if we get any closer, probably. And there's a spawner up there for something. Wonder what's going on up there. Please, just bugger off. Go look up here, see what this is. Shadow monster. Alright. Don't know what's going on here, but I'm gonna... go ahead and capture that. It's giving us Abyssal Craft stuff, so that must be some sort of Abyssal Craft thingy. Probably not a bad thing to have a spawner for those, although we're getting so much of these shadow gems out of our mob farm that I doubt I'll need to set it up just to farm shadow gems, but there might be something else that those guys drop that is useful. So we'll grab all this stuff, because hey, why not? While I was running around looking for this boss of the snowy biome, snowy forest, I did stumble across multiple Nagas and Hydras, and so I gunned them down just for extra yellow hearts. So I think we probably have all the yellow hearts we need. Yeah, let's go ahead and spawn this boss and whoop him. Easy peasy. Pick up some of this fur. Our gun is calling these guys hostile, even though they're not really attacking us. I like how they pick you up and throw you. That's amusing. What kind of ice is this? Packed ice. I wouldn't mind having some packed ice for in case we ever set up any kind of thermal pile situation or something. Or a thermoelectric generator. So let's go ahead and grab some of that. Never know when this will come in handy. So Global Traveler would have sent that back to my base. So we should have some of that waiting for us. So now in the center of this area, there should be the Snow Queen. There she is up there. We could probably also use some snowballs. Those do not seem to vein mine though. Maybe if we use a shovel. Shovel. Hey, there we go. We've got snowballs for days now. So let's put all this stuff away. Let's check the book here, make sure we didn't have to do anything weird or different. Players claiming victory over the Snow Queen will end the toxic rainstorm over the highlands, allowing access to the troll caves after killing the Alpha Yeti, of course. Alright, so I think we are done. I think we didn't have to do anything extra like eat the meat stroganoff. So now I'm going to pause the recording and we're going to head to the top of that big old tower over there and kill us the Snow Queen. Penguins! These things are too adorable. Oh, I said I was going to pause the recording, didn't I? Well, let me get up here and then I will. I could use the slime sling and the glider and fart around a bit, but sometimes it's easier to just use a pillar. So, yeah, let's... Too much junk. Alright, so I might try to slime sling jump my way up there, but I'll come back when we get to the top. Alright, I have just used a jump cobblestone pillar up to the top of the tallest tower, and now I'm digging down through the roof, looking for our queen. We got something going on here. Is this not the Queen's Tower? she's in a different tower. We're up at Y228, so, you know, bottom line is blowing a couple hundred. I wonder which one she's in. Blowing a couple hundred cobblestone is easier for me than worrying too much about jumping up here. Hello. Hello, boys. Hey, what's that? I don't know. Why did everything go clear? Turned into stained glass. That's interesting. May as well steal their stuff. Ice sword. Dun dun dun. Alrighty. Well, we're running out of towers, so this had best be it. Go ahead and just use build to me on our building gadgets. Come over here. Again, I could have jumped over there, but then if I missed, we would have had to reclimb it. Hey, there she is. So that'll be our boss spawner there. So we'll get our gun out. And there she be. Well, the laser gun didn't shoot through her ice block, but the Hail Hydra sure messed her up with explosions. So that was amusing. Did we actually get credit for her, though? We didn't, so it may be that... is there some sort of boss chest here? So it may have been that her loot got destroyed. I think she's supposed to actually drop the trophy, and picking that up is what gets you the credit. But unfortunately, Hail Hydra may have screwed us up there, which I sort of knew was a risk. But the laser gun is fun enough to be worth it. But I probably should have switched to a different weapon when she was getting near low health. We will do that next time. Let's make sure that nothing else is here. Pick up some ice to go with our packed ice. Yeah, it looks like we're pooched, so I'm going to have to go find another snowy region and try this again. Alrighty, I will be right back. Alright, we have found another snow queen and are coming in for the kill. Be a little bit more careful about how we go after her this time. Is she glitched? Alright, that's about enough of that. There we go. Okay, so we are in business. We have now done the Snow Queen and Penguin. So that means we should be done with... Oh, now we got to do the questing ram. Alright, so I'm going to pause here, and due to all the looking around for snow biomes, I've completely lost track of time of how long this we've actually got on film. So I'll check the runtime, and I'll round up our required 16 colors of wool, and we'll go do the questing ram and put a pin in this. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, we've got our wool, and so let's go ahead and turn that in. I had made a point out of shooting any colorful bighorn sheeps I saw as we were wandering around here, so I had most everything. Funnily enough, I was missing gray, light gray, and orange, but those were all easy to make. Orange is, of course, just dandelion yellow and poppy red, and then gray and light gray are just basically, you can use ink sacks and bone meal to make the gray ones. So let's track this guy over here. Hey, buddy, want some wool? I'll be honest, I sort of got to wonder what was going through this person's mind when they made this. This is a strange thing. Hold still, you. We're almost done. Alright. And do I want to capture this guy? I think, nah, I'm going to leave him here. He's probably not going anywhere. There is also a dispenser up here, which usually has some wool in it. But it's only a few pieces, but you can check there if you're missing something. Like, for instance, I didn't have gray wool, so I could have saved myself there. And I think some of the tulips in this area are orange, so I could have saved myself there. But again, it's not too hard to make the dyes here, as long as you have access to, like, lapis and dandelions and poppies. And of course, dandelions and poppies are easy to get just by bone mealings the ground. And then bone meal for white and some sort of squid ink or whatever for black. You can sort of combine them, like, cyan is green and blue, so some cactus green and some lapis will get you that, etc., etc. So there we go. We're done with that. And that has given us an actual fairly large amount of rack, since those were 10 each, which is good because this did take a while. We sort of saved some time on the questing ram, not having to look for that guy, but we did end up having to search a bit longer than I would have hoped for the bosses for the Phantom Knights, and also for just snowy biomes in general. I think I accidentally left some of my rack in here. Yeah, there's 20 rack there. check this tab real quick. Tons of stuff to sort of go through and figure out there. We now have a bunch of rack. I think I'm going to go ahead and, well, I think I'm going to pause and think. We have 87, so I'm tempted to get saturation. But I should probably look into some of this other stuff a bit more. Night vision, we already have that enchanted on our helms, so that's not too huge of a deal. Magnetize, we already have. Luck, we have that on our weapons and stuff now, so regeneration might be nice. How much is that? 128. Never hurts to have some regeneration on you. Maybe we'll save up for regeneration. Or maybe resistance. I mean, food is easy to come by, so the only reason I'm really thinking about saturation is there's been a couple times now where I've gone AFK and wandered off to do something in the house, and I've come back and I've been damn near dead from from lack of food. So there is that. Yes, that day 457 up in the top left corner. At least 100 of those are me just being AFK. Not good, but hey, whatever. So I'm going to pause here and see if we have time left in this episode. And if we do, we've got a few things to do. We might upgrade our bobbly necklace. I think we might have enough yellow hearts. Not 100% sure how that works. But I did. So we got 9 here that I got early on. And while I was looking for a snowy biome, I whacked a bunch more. At least 1 or 2 more hydras and a bunch of nagas. So we're up to 16 bobbly hearts. I think possibly we only need the 10. Let's take a look here. So if we come to alpha, is it alpha? Yeah. So we need to make 10 canisters, and each canister is 1 of these and 10 of these. So that's the hard part. Oh, I gotta get a bunch more anti-bones again. Well, not a bunch. I only need 10. Do I have any left over? I got 1 here. So I'll probably do this in between episodes. I did leave my structure over here intact. So this is a place where we can grab skeletons with a soul vial or a golden lasso, or no, it would have to be a cursed lasso. So soul vial that we emptied from our, we got shulker soul vials from our mob farm, so I emptied 1 of those and can use it. And so we can click a skeleton here, it falls in the liquid antimatter, it drowns and dies and then turns into an anti-skeleton, and then we can whack it and I think the bone might go away if it falls into the antimatter, so I'll use my sword on that, since my sword has Global Traveler, and the drop, the anti-bone that we're looking for, will teleport straight into my chest system that I have over here. Anyway, so I'm going to pause here and see what our runtime is looking like, and then figure out if we have anything else that we want to do in this episode. Go take a look and see if I think I'm only missing Horologium, which only comes out I think once a month of game time. Unfortunately, I think it's hard for me to catch when that's going to come. Not that I necessarily need it, but alright, so I'm going to pause and be right back in a moment. Okay, so I was trying to think what to do for the rest of this episode, and one of the things we had talked about was upgrading our heart amulet with our yellow hearts that we got from all of the boss killing that we did. And so I went ahead and did that. I was a little like, because I wasn't in the mood to travel back and forth to pick up skeletons with my 2 soul vials. And then I realized that, I have a bunch of soul vials, and the reason I hadn't emptied them is, 1, I the shulkers that were in them. These are shulker soul vials from our loot bags. They're a limited commodity, so I didn't want to necessarily use them up until we went to the end. And they were sort of a pain in the butt to kill. And then I realized, oh, wait, the end. I sort of spaced off the end, but we could totally go there and whoop the Ender Dragon now with our gun and flight. So that's a no problem and a no-brainer. So I made us an end cake. I also went ahead and emptied out most of my shulker vials and went over to the hunting dimension and grabbed 8 skeletons at a time there so that I could come back here and make my anti-bones. And so I've upgraded our bauble. I'll go ahead and take it off. So you can see we've got our 10 yellow heart canisters in there now. I also realized that all of our running around in the Twilight Forest, we probably had more astral sorcery perks to spend. So I grabbed our book out, and sure enough we did. So I went ahead and got these 4 increased, 5% increased maximum life, another 5%, another 15%, and then 4% increased effectiveness of perks. So that got us another quite a number of hearts as well. So let's put this back on. So between the astral sorcery perks and the new 10 hearts from the Bobbly, we are up to 43 hearts total. So we are doing good there. And I went ahead and made us an ender cake. Had all the stuff ready for that. So that was no big deal. And let's go whoop the Ender Dragon. So one thing I'm doing is I'm remembering to take glass bottles so we can try and grab us some dragon's breath. But yeah, it should be an easy fight for us. The gun is charged. It will actually shoot through the cages to destroy the little crystals or whatever they are on top of the monolith. So that should make this even easier than usual. And we can fly. Where do I want to put this? I guess we'll put it right here. And we got to click to fill this up. I wasn't sure how many it took, so I made extra. I think also what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and plop down our spare decorative gravestone there and bind a fresh card to it. That way, if I go back and forth, I won't end up burning up a lot of Eyes of Ender. But I think I don't see any reason why we shouldn't just go whoop them. So let's go whoop them. I sort of spaced it off because there's no, you don't go find a monument or you don't go find a citadel, whatever they're called, and you don't find the portal. Where did we appear? That's interesting. So you can see the laser gun shoots right through the cages guarding these. So that's another reason I like the laser gun. Alright, so we destroyed all those. I'm going to go down here and let it shoot at us a bit so we can collect some dragon's breath. See if we can get some of that. Oops. So to get Dragon's Breath, you got to click through it, not on the ground. So you want to make sure that you're not pointing at the end stone. We got 7. That's not enough. Let's get him to shoot at us some more. So our gun, the Hail Hydra on our gun is damaging the Ender Dragon and also the Ender Men. Come on, buddy. Shoot. Heck. Oops. Don't stand in the fire. There we go. Gosh darn it. Get off of me. I'm trying to get down low enough to click through this and pick up some breath. Grab a little food here. There we go. Well, we got 20. That's probably enough for this trip. I think we'll be back. We may as well. Oops. Finish him off real quick. Back here. Ooh, hey, this is some good stuff to collect. This makes it easy to collect up here. Yeah. So that's where Hail Hydra on our gun helped us out there with some absorption when he charged us and was biting at us. Alright, buddy, time to go. Whoa, that's creepy. I've never looked up like this when this is going on. Did the heart fall? Or, okay, there it goes. Alright, we got a heart. Got to remember to take my gun out of my hand if I don't want to aggro all of these Endermen. But okay, there we go. There should be some experience here. Pick some of that up. Jeez, I have 119 levels on me. 122. But I think my canisters and stuff at Ender Biotite. I'll have to figure out what there is to mine here in this mod pack. So we'll hit that. And There it is. Oh boy, did I bring a torch? I should have a torch. Yes, I have a torch. I guess there's some torches up there if you forget a torch. So we'll do the usual thing here. Put a torch down here. So we ended up with 28 Dragon's Breath. That's not bad. Is Ender Air here too? Yes. So if you click now, notice how I'm targeting. If you look top middle of my screen, I'm targeting in stone. So if I target some of that, I can pick up a bunch of that stuff as well. May as well top off. I have plenty of bottles from my farm. Alright, so we got 28 Dragon Breath. We got 36 Ender Air. We got a Dragon Heart. We have a Dragon Egg. Let's see, Inferium. That's unnecessary. I got more Inferium than I know what to do with already. We got whatever this is. Resonant Instone. Yeah, I probably should have silk touched that. Alright, well, I'm going to pause here and look around a bit and see what we have to, there, grab some of that. Got to be careful because I've picked up another plus 20% to mining. So I'm not exactly sure how fast I'm going to mine stuff here. I don't want to like vein mine the entire island. I'm going to look around here a bit and do some mining, and then we'll pause and do a recap. Be right back. Alright, looking around a bit, it looks like there's all sorts of stuff to mine here. Nether-ending ores, we've got coal, we've got copper, we've got redstone, so all sorts of stuff. So I'm not sure what we're going to need or whatever, but probably I'll just I think probably the only thing I really need right at the moment is I could always use more diamonds. And I could probably use more redstone. But until I get a feel for what all we need, I think on the whole, we'll just call this a win and move on. I think the one thing I will do is pick a spot. This is sort of a natural hole here. I think we're going to go ahead and put our gravestone here. So we'll plop this down right here. Get out a fresh card with 5 charges. Sneak on this. So now this card is bound to this location. Dimension 1. And then we'll throw that in the bag. And that'll save us on some of our end cake charges. Less Eyes of Ender to spend. So yeah, good stuff. I think, let me check what our runtime is at. Okay, we have time left. It seems like I've accomplished a bunch in this video, but we're doing good on time. So, is it Ender Pearl that you throw through these? I think we toss an Ender Pearl through here to teleport out to the Outer Isles. Yeah, there we go. So, if I recall correctly, we can actually put bonsai. We can actually put chorus fruit and chorus flowers and whatnot into hopping bonsai, and if that's true, we'll want to make sure we, yeah, look at that. We get ender pearls, 1% chance, but still, 1% chance. I can put it on a 4 drawer and just let it run and run and run, and eventually we'll have stuff. So we'll want a chorus fruit. That's doable. Chorus flower. How do you get the chorus fruit again? Do you have to like bake the chorus flower? Chorus fruit. Looks like we'll have to make a phytogenic insulator and some junk. But we can do that. We'll just grab it for now. Just break out my axe. Grab a bunch of this while I'm here. And then we'll go find an in-city, and I'm not sure if we need an Elytra for anything, but we could grab that. And grab any other things, find some loot chests and whatnot. So probably don't need a ton of this, but we'll just grab some here real quick. Oh, go away. Whoops. Accidentally looked at one and upset it, and then when I pulled out my laser gun to defend myself, I annoyed another one. It's the one problem with my laser gun. I love Hail Hydra though, so I'm not going to give it up. Alright, we can always come back. Oh hey, was that a fruit? Yeah, we got a fruit. Cool, so we don't have to deal with the insulator right now. Alright, let's go find a in-city. Let's see real quick if we can jack up our chunks quite a bit without killing what we're doing here. Should make things a little easier to spot. Hello, in-city, where are you? Should be one around here somewhere. Probably nothing really crucial that we need there. Things that I'm still looking for in loot chests is that I would like to increase my collection of fancy Ender IO capacitors, mostly so that I don't have to craft ones that are a multiplier of 3.0 and are probably fairly expensive to craft, when I can just get free ones that can be, 3.01 or higher pretty easily. So I have a bunch, but I think there's a few more specializations that would be nice to have. I assume there are in-cities in this pack. I guess that may not be a valid assumption. I did glance real quick to look at recipe uses for the Elytra, and the Elytra is in here, and there were things to do with it, I think. I didn't pay too close of attention. But we'll give this another second, and then if we don't find one, it's not a big deal. We can come back if we need one. Yep, lag spike. Perhaps going to maximum chunk distances. Not the best idea, maybe. Ah, here's one. It's a pretty small one, but it's something. And I think I just killed a shulker. I'm holding down the right mouse button as I look around here. And since it shoots through walls, there's a good chance that I will... Oh, I hear one. Hail Hydra is a bit silly. Just inherent to the laser gun, though, it will shoot through walls, which sometimes means it shoots through other things, like in this case, the shells of the enders. It'll shoot through them, or I mean through the shulkers. So that's sort of handy. And then, of course, Hail Hydra is just blowing stuff up at random. And we've upset a Enderman. That's alright, he'll get over it. We need these for anything? End rods. I think you can actually make reasonably decent Tinker's Construct stuff with them. We'll probably need to make that for some quest. Don't think we're going to need to do any terraforming, so I don't know if I'll need it for that. Iron rod for Quark, I'm not sure. So probably not. I think I'm pretty happy with my stuff the way it is, Tinker's wise. Let me just double check and see what I needed, what was good about this for Tinker's Construct. Let's see, where is my book? Here it is. Whoops. Tool materials. Oh, that's right. End rod wasn't in here. It wasn't in the book, but it was here as a laser medium, and it has in speed on it, which I think makes things... oh, that's right. It makes projectiles instant, so it doesn't particularly help us with anything because the laser gun is a melee weapon. But I was curious about it because 8.6 laser power, we've got a 10, which is fine, but it would take the range from 24 to 38. But yeah, I think we'll just not. 260,000 RF battery is also nice, but again, in speed, I think that just makes projectiles instant, and the laser gun doesn't need that, so we'll probably bypass that. Let's see. So we'll just snag a couple just in case we end up needing them for anything. And we can always come back. Alright, so we got a few. And then there was a chest up here somewhere. A couple chests. More soul vials. I like soul vials. Stuff and junk. Empowered 4. That's sort of cool. I've already got the weapon of my dreams, so I don't think I need it, but throw all of that in there. Alright, well, I'll grab the stuff just in case. So nothing too interesting there. But now we can say that we've done this, and I should probably grab some of this purple block as well. Just in case we need that for something in this big complicated mod packs. I'm never quite sure what I'm going to need. But we'll just grab a little of that. Alright, there we go. And we're probably getting near closing time for this episode. So let's go ahead and head on home. So now I also need to start looking into, we're reaching a point where it would be good to have nether stars, so I need to look into what we can do about containing a wither and doing some wither summonings. I do have a bunch of heads from my mob farm and from condensing the head shards there, so we should be good to go for that. Alright, well, we accomplished a lot. We finished off Twilight Forest for the most part, other than just random scavenging and playing around. We beat the Ender Dragon, so that's cool. I think we're going to have to do that a bunch of times. I think this is one of those ones where you need to make nether crystals or whatever they are and respawn them a bunch of times for extra hearts and extra other stuff. We definitely got some strange and interesting tidbits off of there. We got a dirty plate from Abyssal Craft. I don't know what that is. We got a dragon heart. We quite possibly might need more of those. We got a fragment of midnight for armor plus. Something tells me we're going to need maybe 23 more of those or something if we're following the normal armor pattern. We got a dragon egg. We might need more of those. Dragon scales. Cool. So that we can probably use in mystical agriculture to grow dragon eggs. So we can look into that. I did that last time in Enigmatica 2. Expert to avoid having to respawn the dragon all the time. We did get some Supremium Essence, so that's nice. We can downgrade that to the lower levels. and use that to advance our mystical agriculture. So that's a handy little snag right there. Good thing to remember. So yeah, all in all, a good haul. So I've got a lot of loot to clean up, obviously. I've got a bunch of our Twilight Forest stuff to clean up here, and a bunch of our inn stuff to clean up here. All sorts of junk. So I'm going to work on that, and then between episodes, I'll probably start into the whole Lordcraft, you know, making rune tiles of the, or inscribed tiles of the alphabet thing. And then we'll get into that next episode. And the goal is probably to get a bright crystal so that I can actually open up and get credit for all the astral sorcery work that I did. Let's check and see if we were able to get any new perk points. No. This meter here, so we're close to our getting our 27th perk point. But yeah. Alright, well, until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.